Welcome to the Humans of KPARK podcast. Each episode is hosted by a KP Media staff member who introduces you to someone in the Kingwood Park community. I'm your host, Cameron Minatrea, and I'm here with...
Dakoda.
So, we're actually here because you just set the record for longest throw, correct? But how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling excited. Like, I feel like there's like a whole window of opportunity just kind of like opened up for me, right? Like, like just recently, I've got in contact with the throws coach at University of Houston, and I'm trying to get in contact with the coaches, but not nothing much so far. But
yeah. And all right, and having that happen tomorrow, you got a district meet, correct?
Districts, yeah.
So how are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling really, really confident about districts and like posting and stuff like that. But there's always like that sense of like, ooh, what if I underperform?
Yeah,
What if I don't go out there and don't do what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah, because I mean, you got the highest expectations. I mean, you broke the record. So I mean, it's you can only go up from here, right? So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and what do you think made you get to that point where you could break the record? Like, what do you think? Maybe like training, or maybe things that were like said to you, different techniques.
Really, it just kind of came down to like my passion for just working and getting better, self-improvement. Like I've ever since I've ever walked into the school, I was like, ooh, there's a record. I want to break it. Yeah. I mean, it's always that. I mean, it's a goal, right? Every time you are in any sport, you kind of just look at what's the highest point and you try to break it. And I mean, now you have that. Your name is going to be forever on that wall. So I mean, do you let that get to your head, or do you kind of just like? Are you still thinking that? Do you think you can break that record again? Oh, for sure.
You think so?
I mean, it's not in my eyes. It's not a record anymore. It's a PR. And PRs are just meant to be broken. I have a whole year ahead of just to work and improve and keep doing what I do, and like I should be able to break my own PR. It's not just a school record anymore. I already got that. But I got to work on myself and not work on working to get myself on a plaque anymore. It's working to improve myself for myself.
Yeah, to like beat yourself pretty much.
Yeah.
And what were some things in like the off season? Maybe some different things that you worked on that you think helped you get to that point.
Really, in the off season, I just I kept sticking to what I knew. Because, I don't know. I just kind of cut to my grind. I was in my own headspace. I just kind of stuck to doing what I knew. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
And I actually, I'm with a throws coach now, Jared Taylor at Momentum Throws. He's up in Dallas and stuff like that. But, I send him film and he critiques me and whatnot, and, just sticking to fixing small things at a time instead of big things, and those small things add up to big things. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like when you take it to that next level, a lot of people, they don't, they kind of do this sport, but they don't really, if they're not at that, they don't feel like they can reach that top potential, then, they kind of just give up. But, you got the coaches, you got people that are helping you critique yourself, so you've gotten to that best version of yourself. Well, not that we've seen, we hope that, we can see you break more records here at Kingwood Park High School. What was, like, your headspace that day that you broke the record?
That day? Ooh. I was excited, man. I was excited. It was kind of unfortunate that it started raining on that day, and thank God my greatest competition was at a different track meet.
Yeah,
that kind of helped a little bit, but that was more about the placement in the meet, not exactly the record. But the last couple meets, like I threw at the Caney Creek meet, I threw like 6'5" inches under the record. I was like, oh, I really need this, and then 2 meets after that, I couldn't perform. I was throwing like under what I should have been doing, and then I feel like something clicked inside of my head. I was talking with like my coach, and I was like, wait, what if I get my right hip just through just a tad bit more? And even though it was raining, which, throwing, especially when you spin, it's very slippery. There's a chance of falling. If you just like work on the tiny things, like they could like give you the greatest results.
Exactly. I mean, shot put is one of those that your form is everything. Like, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can have this person that maybe might not be physically as strong as you, but then, if they have excellent form, they can throw, almost like 3-5 more feet than you. So,
yeah.
And like, okay, so after all this, right, what do you think by the end of your senior year, what is your main goal for shot put? Because, I mean, you've broke the record, but
I don't exactly have like a big number to get to, because I would like at the very absolute most, 65 is my goal.
65?
It's ambitious, but like that's like if everything goes perfectly. So I like last year I was throwing 45. Now I'm throwing almost 55. That's 10 feet in a year.
And now try to go 10 feet more,
10 feet more. Why not?
Exactly.
I got so much more opportunity for me. And ultimately 65 is my goal. And, I want to go to college for this because bigger numbers, bigger colleges, right?
Of course. I mean, that's all they look at, So,
yeah.
All right. And, well, I was going to ask you, about your future. Like, so you said you want to pursue shot put, right? Yeah. So what do you hope, what is your end goal when it comes to shot put?
My end goal?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ideally, I would love to go to the Olympics.
The Olympics,
that would be so amazing.
I mean, that's top international type stuff, so,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would, it would be awesome to see someone, especially from Kingwood Park High School, go all the way to the Olympics, so,
yeah.
And I'm just going to ask you one last question here. Do you have any people that have inspired you, like, that have made you get to this point that you're at in your life? Maybe not even just in shot put, just, someone that's inspired you, maybe a coach, maybe parent, sibling, something like that.
I'd say my dad.
You say your dad? And why is that?
Because, he's really the first person to introduce me to the sport. He introduced me to football, to shot put, discus. I'm not a fan of discus, but still. But, like, he's always been in that back corner for me, supporting me, Even though he couldn't, like, always make it to the meets or the games or stuff like that. But, like, he's always been there, like, man, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so much better than I could have ever done. Like just giving me, like, positive words of encouragement. Like, it helps so much. Yeah,
that motivation really pushes you. Well, all right. Dakoda, thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for listening to our most recent episode of Humans of KPARK. You can hear more episodes at our podcast channel on YouTube or at kptimes.com.